Welcome to the ideas for this what if. So, what if Zuko became a leader of the League of Villains? I know this is random thought. So, um, it's many people that tried to making Zuko the villain, like a super villain thing, and like illusioner or just some random like villain. And well, this is going to be the what if Zuko was became a leader of the villains. This is how a story goes. He doesn't have Zumi in this or what if. So, yeah. So the story goes off like this. He was born without a quirk. And the quirk doctor tells him that he's quirkless. And his parents abandoned him because of him being a quirkless person. All for One decides, you know what? I'm gonna put make him go through the Nomu project. Plus, the quirk doctor agrees with him too. So, they made him go through the process, but instead of transforming instead of a typical Nomu thing, he was I know, just ignore the top part. He became the really big buff guy, like with green hair, green eyes, and with all the quirks put into him. As reason why I'm making this video is because of I just thought about this when I was listening to that song. I'm not gonna play it because it's copyrights and I don't want that. So, yeah. So, reason why I was like sitting here thinking about that, like Zuko reads a book at a bar, er, like Hero Killer Stain, like has the meeting with Shiraki-sen and Kirigiri, but he didn't notice the Zuko is just sitting there reading the book. A typical book. He's just sitting there quietly reading it. As the Hero Killer Stain just ignored him and went for gonna slice or he pulls out his blade and I'm gonna do it in like slow motion thing. He basically pulled out his sword in the slow motion. He's about to kill Shrek, or like give Shraki-sen the wounds things, but the Zuko, or a few seconds before it even touched the skin of Shraki-sen, Zuko caught the blade before and broke it off. As he looks at him, So let's rewind before or that. So it was after Zuko gets banned or like abandoned, then the he gets like into a league of villains because All for One gave him all the quirks inside of his body, and then the One for All or no the then at the league or just or no USJ, Zuko went on a rampage. He he looked he looked at him, or Bakugo says, Zuko, is that you? As 2 seconds in, all the villains and all of the students, including Mr. Ozawa, and were down and out. Like basically, they had bruises. They could not even stand up or get up from how much they are. Or, yeah. So Shiraki-sen is like, yeah. So he ends up, like, he beats around on like everyone, and for 13 was trying to use her quirk, but instead of hiding, like instead of like grabbing onto something, Zuko just ran right towards 13 and straight up punched her right in the stomach. Sending her flying. As he looks around. Yeah. So he walks back before her. As then All Might shows up. And he was in Horde. Or not in horror. Yeah, horror. Like in the like he was scared of what the someone did to his students. They weren't dead. They were just like to the point of they wish that they were dead, kind. So, yeah. Then Zuko, or no, the Shiraki-sen and says, huh, how do you like my our other villain? You think that your golden eggs are precious to you, but to my eyes, we already have one that's powerful enough to destroy. Go ahead and destroy her. As he runs right up to All Might. As All Might, like, was gonna come in full punch, not holding back, because Zuko was a villain. Zuko used full power too, as he breaks All Might's hand. But it was still connected, so don't worry. as he grabs him by the throat. Oh, and holds him up into the air. As a bullet, or Zuko tilts his head towards the left. Uh, as a bullet caused a little bit of a strain. And yeah, Zuko is like, huh. Well, as Haki-sen tells Zuko to get your man in here, as he drops All Might, or he actually tosses him aside, because he got back and he got teleported back to the villain's base. Then the part that we left off that we had to rewind before was that, yeah, after the hero killer Stain was about to stab Kirigiri and Shirakusen, but Zuko came in and broke the blade and took hero killer Stain's as. Hold on, let me look for hero killer Stains. Where is it? Hero killer Stains' mask. This part that he was wearing in off and threw him across all the way to where he looked at Shirakusen and as Shirakusen bobbles his head, yeah, like he agrees with. So he touches Hero Killer Stain, made him full decay. So basically, Zuko and Shirakusen just killed Hero Killer Stain. So Hero Killer Stain was now no more. The only thing that was left of him was his mask that Zuko puts up on a wall. And he also cleaned up the mess so that Kirigiri can't and just do everything as he agrees. So yeah, Zuko ends up so Tenya's brother is still alive and kicking and screaming. Yeah. So then they were basically like the heroes are like trying to agree with the like if they should take down Zuko before her, and because of the top students couldn't even beat them as All Might is like, man, this kid's on a whole nother level of if this Zuko fella has all the quirks it's put into his body, why wouldn't he just transform into the Nomu like a rest? As most of the heroes are thinking, or actually, All Might was thinking that. So, yeah, basically, Zuko is the most dangerous one. They now recruit And then Dobby and Toga. And do you remember the scene where Dobby and Toga were about to, like, stab Shirahaki-san and burn him in the, the this scene where they first met the Shiraki-san? Well, the Zuko who was there just reading his book, he made sure that and plus Shiraki-san even says to Zuko, or no, Shiraki-san says to them that if you do anything too cruel, the most powerful and dangerous one will probably end up trying to kill both of you without hesitation. As Dobby looks over and sees him, you must be Zuko, or should I say Destroyer. I'm honored to meet someone that's so powerful that can, and plus anger, fuels you like more like flames. As he's ignoring him, yep, that's him, alright. As even Toga, I'm trying to find Toga. Even Toga is like, hold on. Toga is like, you're the one that destroys everything? That's so cool. And yeah, Zuko is just like, he's pretty powerful. As Shiraki-san says, as he tilts his eyes, like he moves his eyes towards them, as the flick of power like smacks him in the face. As Toga is like, holy crud. Yep, this is a real deal. The Zuko Midoriya. So yeah, Zuko and Dobby, Dobby and Toga sees him as the perfect leader for this group. So they ask him if he had a choice between being a royal person or being a leader. Depends on how I feel about it. As Zuko's voice was deep. As they agree, because they know that Zuko is so powerful that even Zuko is so powerful that even like his eyes, once they like move, it sends shockwaves all the way down to the depths of someone's soul. Oh. Because they didn't just like gave him quirks. They the his memories, or before they put quirks in him, they took his memories and put it on a thumb drive. Basically a that allows him to have, yeah, they put his memories in the side of a thumb drive so that when, yeah. So, but this new personality, everyone or every villain is scared of him, including Shiraki-san. But some of them respect him as a leader. Because how powerful he is. Yeah. So the even students, like, they seen how powerful he could get to, but they have to train 3 times as harder than to surpass Zuko's. Even Bakugo was trying to, like, because if he wants to go toe to toe with his old friend, and that yeah, they have to train hard. Even Asashi was like the Inko's father, or no, husband, when after they seen, they know that because how powerful he is, he can just be like, boom, done, you're dead, kind. So they need to level up their games. And of course, All for One tells Zuko to come um and visit. As All for One tells Zuko about how do you feel about becoming a leader and inheriting my quirk? As Zuko shrugs his shoulders, he knows, see, you're pretty powerful. I have seen your talents at USJ. And you're reckless, but you knew what to do after her. Yeah. Yeah. Basically, most of them, like all of those villains, like from USJ, were in a mental hospital or hospital for getting healed up because of Zuko's recklessness. Yeah. So Zuko ends up being the powerhouse. Yeah. So he accepts it as Shiraki-sen and heard about he'll be number 2 and Zuko will be number 1. So Shiraki-sen Kirigiri and Dabi and Toga heard about this, and they were like, yep, we'll follow him to the ends of the earth. Azuku, then Musclear, then Mustard and Magnus and the rest of the main cast. As Musclear, or actually Shiraki-sen had enough of it, so he was about to DK Zuko, but Zuko breaks his arm, slams him onto the floor, and about to choke him. But thank goodness Shiraki-sen was still breathing, because Musclear can see why he's a top boss. They see Zuko as a top person, the leader. As the All for One tells him to stop, as he says, Okay? As he's not even actually choking him, he's just holds him on the floor until he got covered from his insanity, warps reality. Yeah, Zuko ends up becoming a #1 hero. Or no, actually, no, I'm joking. So, yeah, Zuko became a leader. He is the most powerfulest person in the entire world. The most dangerous one of all the villains. He became All for One's successor, just like how Mirio became All Might's successor. They had to. So, yeah. Sometimes like All for One, sometimes things that Zuko, with his memories got taken away from him. Him being like acting like he's not like, they brought out someone that's worse than Zuko. They brought a Doomsday Zuko. And no, I'm not talking about someone else's Doomsday Zuko. This one. He didn't like transform into that. He was more like buffed up guy with all these quirks placed into him. He has no memories of what he because yeah. So All for One wanted a person that works by himself, and he made a ultimate leader that is it. Yeah, he took out the positive part, like Zuko's positive personality, and the dark, evil counterpart of him just came out. Now, yeah, Zuko, All for One is gonna decide to give Zuko back his positive, memories things, but The yeah. So Zuko ends up becoming the most powerfulest person in the entire world. He slaughtered almost everyone or if he got left to his devices, he could just killed everyone. Hun. So what does the then Muscular tells the Zuko explains what they're gonna do at the camp, and okay, then the Zuko ends up beating, or yeah, so yeah, basically Zuko did grab one or three of the students, all three students, without him lifting a finger. As Momo is trying to, as all of them are trying to think of why this kid is more powerful than anyone. If he was here, he would have probably, or he is here, so they're confused. They're not ready for him. As Bakugo and Todoroki, they all were trying to get away from him. Toga told Ochako and Frog Girl that, "Oh, I'm not alone. See, Zuko, or Destroyer Zuko, is here." As Ochako and the Frog Girl were trying to decide. They were so scared out of their minds. They even flippin' booked it all the way around to back to where they were at. So then, yeah. As Sashi was there, and when he heard that Zuko is here, why are you doing this, son? And bam, as he gets punched in the face, or actually in the chest, by his own son. Sending him flying backwards. As the Muscular was, or is his partner. So, yeah. So Zuko, or as Sashi's coughing out blood, because he doesn't understand why his own son hits him that hard. As then his eyes, or then he looked at Zuko's eyes, and they were red instead of normal green. As Dobby was there, he told, or actually Muscular was there, and he told him that the League of Villains, and made your son join the heroes or the villains. So at first he tried to, as they said, they tried and to, or he tried to become a hero, just like how you are, Harsashi. But in the end, with his memories taken from his body, and he has no memories of you or anyone, but we have seen what he would do. Because at the base before, of course, Spitter looks over at, there's a little like trophy thing on the wall, as he's wondering, what's that thing? Nezuko, as Kirigiri answers Spitter's question, this used to belong to Hero Killer Stain, but he got killed by that same person, the one that became a leader. As the Spitter looks at Zuko, yeah, this guy, a beaten. So yeah. So Zuko, who was not very fond of being quirkless, but slowly he could feel something inside of him brewing inside with all those quirks. They're all fusing together inside Zuko's body. And it created a power that no one else could thought of. He had zero and infinity. As he had so much power that even the heaven itself. Yeah. So basically Zuko had so much negativity, like because of Quirks' like previous owners, like the ones that uses their quirks, gains their negative side. That created the powers of zero. Yeah, Zuko ended up becoming the most powerfulest person. They could not believe it. No one can believe it. So, yeah. So Zuko uses the zero to absorb any attacks. So, So then All Might versus All for One. All for One, it says, as to All Might, that I'll have the Destroyer or kill you. Go ahead, Zuko. As he obliterates All Might. Or actually, he activated the portal thing, this, and he puts Zuko, or no, puts for one, or All Might into his own pocket universe. Yeah. So then the heroes are like, they could not believe it. So yeah, the villains won that fateful day, and for reward, and of course, actually, All for One told Zuko that in order to go see the Quark Doctor to like get your memories back, and you have to, or you already proven yourself to. Okay, so he does go back to the Quark Doctor. The Quark Doctor gave him back his memories. As his body starts to, as when he did that, the Quark Doctor's like wondering what's going on. Boom, as a big explosion. As Zuko, who gets up. From his, as a Quark Doctor was wondering what's just happened. They did not realize that Zuko Hoons had the zero before after his memories got taken away, and after they put the quirks inside of him, he became zero, like a destroyer. But then when they added his memories into his body, like the good part, like the memories, he evolved his power, He has now two powers, zero and infinity. As he says, now I'm the most powerfulest one of them all. As Zuko even told the Quark Doctor, when, let's say Quark Doctor had that scanner where it scanned the whoever's power level, and when saying that he activated the button to scan him, the thing blew up on him. And when he looked at the machine, it said infinity symbol on it. As the Zuko, who is now ready to throw down. Yeah, then his body also starts to erupt, creating a new power called chaos. CHAO. Oh. Yeah, chaos. Power. As everyone, or all the buildings, it's like one giant earthquake around the entire world. It shook rapidly. The volcano starts to erupt. giant cracks through the middle of the earth. Everything went totally wrong, as it's just like humanity is about to be destroyed. As the court doctor Hector's eyes widened, as he could not believe they made a nuclear bomb from one kid, as he tells All for One to get his butt down here quick, as Zuko, or as All for One says, okay, as he goes right to there. And he ends up seeing the most powerfulest person in the entire world is about to destroy the entire universe in one fell swoop. As All for One is trying so hard to and they called, or even the Quark Doctor called the pro heroes to come. But every pro hero were like trying to rescue civilians, aliens, and it was crazy. And Zuko, every step he took, the earth starts to shake more and more all the way through. So he ended up he's about to kill everybody. And all of the pro heroes shows up and they see this overpowered kid, or this villain, became the menace to as Nezu's like, oh crap, this kid's gonna go critical. We need to calm him down or do something. Because if he goes kablooey, the entire galaxy will be destroyed. As all the pro heroes are like, how do we do it without All Might? And okay, so yeah, Zuko, whose positive thought, or actually, Inko wasn't scared. She slowly walks up to him, and she tells him that she's sorry for abandoning you, and we should have been a lot more better, or not the, okay? And then the Asashi comes in and says the same thing, as that got Zuko's attention. And as the Zuko, whose positivity, and Zumi, or no, not Zumi, Inko tells Zuko that he can become a hero, just like how his father is, like everyone else. Bakugo even says that to him. Class 1A, too, and Class 1B, and the support course people, are everyone from the entire world says that to Zuko, as his heart starts to beep him, that he wants to become a hero. As the two dark counterparts, or no, one dark counterpart and one light counterpart says that, or dark counterpart of his, is that And you can't become a hero. They're lying to you. Or do it into the dark voice. They are lying to you. He need to. Oh, they only wanted to save this planet from destruction. To make themselves feel better and all that stuff. And right before he said the last part, Mr. Ozawa grabs the dark counterparts or wraps it around his mouth and yeah. So Zuko, who hears the positive, as all the positivity went into his body, and as he tilts his head up, as the beam of light shoots from his mouth, as he was done, as he falls, and yeah, he created a giant hole in the ground, like a crater. Not not a person that's on YouTube, not creator, the creator, like in a giant hole in the ground. And Zuko was passed out. All the villains, they even see Zuko as a giant threat, but they respect him. Yeah. So he ends up going to the hospital. No. And yeah. They are trying to figure out how to cure the or how to calm him, or how to how can he control it, because that was losing control of. So everybody who was still upset at him for killing All Might, but and Mirio does not have that towards Zuko, as the half awake or half asleep thing. So he was he was in a coma. He was just sleeping since yesterday. So yesterday, or in that what if, he woke up, Mirio was, or actually Inko, was sitting right next to him. As he says, "Where am I? Mom, is that you?" Yes, sweetie, it's me. You're her in the hospital. It's just your okay? Head. What just happened to me? I remember her, the All for One recruited me, or to join his League of Villains, but I didn't or I was trying to go to a normal school, but then he forced me. Then the quirk doctor took my memories. Other than or try to take away my memories. But other than that, next thing I remember, I now woke up here. The Zuko who's and Inko tells Zuko that a whole story of what happened. Mm-hmm. Because when he heard that he almost killed everyone on the planet or in the solar system, he starts tearing up why did they kept me alive if I did all those bad things? And as he starts to tear up, as I keep saying Zumi, or Inko has while I'm mourning, don't worry. So, yeah. So, Zuko looked like couldn't believe as Inko hugs her child, told him that it's okay. It wasn't you who, it was those villains that took control of your body. Yeah. Even Sashi walked in and said that. Yeah. It was someone took control of your body, honey. So, and thank goodness. Yes. But there's one thing. You and, of course, he says this. You and I will be hanging around each other, okay? As Bakugo heard Zuko's voice, as he walks in, after this, do you want to play some video games? As Bakugo says that to Zuko, he says, sure. As a doctor tells him that he had a power surge, like a fusion cannon kind. As they already told him the truth that so now, and plus Momo, Ochako, the girl, didn't have a true grudge against him because he was just another puppet. Please wait for part 2.